So I've always been interested in math. I can remember back from when I was pretty young, after I would come home from school, I would put up numbers all around my living room at home, and a new number for each day of the school year. So I've always been interested in numbers. And more recently, getting into upper level math classes where we have to start actually proving things and not just crunching the numbers or applying proved things. We have to create for ourselves. And that's really where it became interesting for me. Most people, when they think of chemistry and math, think of physical chemistry. And physical chemistry is a lot of quantum mechanics, it's a lot of equations, how we can describe certain phenomena that go on, say the diffusion rates of gases or rate laws for reaction. On a deeper level, sort of more the proof side, is what I'm interested in, is that synthetic chemistry, so building molecules. How do you get from the reactant to the product? It doesn't seem like there's math involved there, but in a sense there is. That same puzzle idea. How do you get from here to here? What are all the steps in between? And there's sort of a logical progression, just like you have to prove in math. So I've always been interested in optimization problems. What's the most efficient way to accomplish a task? And so this problem that I'm working on is essentially an optimization problem. So the paper I found that was sort of a starting point for my research, it's called Determining the Minimum Area Encasing Rectangle for an Arbitrary Closed Curve. I thought the proof that they did was very interesting, and I thought it was a good starting point for some questions that I had that weren't addressed in this paper. So my research advisor left it pretty open-ended for me. Basically encouraged me to just use whatever tools I had from learning math to solve the problem. So he wasn't very specific about which direction I should go in. He sort of let me explore a lot of different ideas, and just recently I started finding a more specific thing to narrow in on. Just applying my knowledge, I guess, from my classes that I've had here. I think a lot of the calculus courses have to deal with optimization problems, but also Calculus 3 was needed for the specific problem I'm working on because it deals with double integrals. Other classes such as linear algebra, which touch on rotations and transformations, also make this project a little more tractable.